Welcome to my tarot card reading for the month of August 2013. Let's start immediately with the reading. We have here the tarot card of the Orishas, and what we have here is Oshun, Babaluaye. Some people call it Chopano. We have Oya, Oyansa, and let's talk about a little bit about the mythology behind each character, the stories behind them. There are two stories actually, about Babalu. One of them is when he loses his temper because everyone was making fun of him, and he strike everyone present with smallpox. The other story is that he promises that he was not going to have sex with someone in particular, but he forgot and he did have sex, and he ended up getting sick. That's the two stories. What the two stories have in common is lack of control. That's what they have in common, a lack of control. One didn't control the anger, the other one didn't control his desires, urges, and forgot promises. So it's a lack of control. We're seeing something here. Now we have Oya and we have Oshun. The only story that I know where Oya and Oshun they come up together is when they are in a marketplace and someone approaches them, Oya, Oshun, and Yemaya, which is not here, but the story still stays. And he tells them that he's going to pay them if they take care of something. So they did. The person pays them 22 seashells, cowrie shells, and they have to divide it into equal parts. So what you will notice is that you can divide 21 into three equal parts among three persons, but the last one, the 22nd cowrie shell, was very difficult to break it because it's really hard, and divided into three is very difficult. So you can see this dilemma of who has the right for the 22nd seashell, or how to divide it. And that's the dynamic that we start seeing here. And then when we put these stories together, we have an idea of what the tarot cards are talking about, what they're opening, what is the main topic, what they are letting us know that might be the reading for the rest of the cards that we're going to see on the floor. And what we're going to start seeing is some kind of lack of control related with, obviously, money. Is a fight, a lot of control, where people don't know how to solve a problem. And that's where the dilemma starts. So the cards, in simple words, are around money. How to solve, how to control a situation that is related with money. Clear? I hope so. So in other words, the cards are opening with a theme related with money and control. Money and control. How to control the money, how to control situations related with money. And that's what the tarot cards are talking about. All of them together. Now, also, we have to remember that Oya represents changes, quick, sudden changes. So what we're going to start seeing during the month of August is the cards are letting us know there are going to be sudden, quick, sudden changes in this aspect. Is in this time at this moment, it will be more economy related, financially related, because it's related with money. But big sudden changes related with control, so politics, control, politics, and money. Now we have also to keep in mind this is an air quality, and this is more disease related. So we could say, and I forgot to mention this in my Spanish version, there is going to be a high probability during the month of August, diseases that travel with the air, airborne diseases. It's not going to be serious, but it is going to be contagious. Okay, so it's a transmission of diseases that is airborne, that travels with the air. And we could also keep in mind that traveling with the air not necessarily means literally. It could mean that someone that is sick, that is a carrier, jumps into an airplane and brings the disease to a different area that is not endemic to the area where the person belongs to. Okay, so all that information we have to keep in mind. Oshun is upside down. We could say that this means what is known as Osogbo, and it only means that it's difficult times where people have to work a little bit harder to get things. Once again, we see big sudden changes out of control, so it's going to be a little bit difficult and hard. We have to work harder than before to keep things under control. We have to work harder to keep things in check, because things are going to get out of hand, and it's going to be a little bit difficult than is usually. That is that normal. Okay, I hope you got the idea of what the tarot cards are saying in the opening. Well, now we have the astrological tarot cards here, and we have here the Strength representing, let me see if I can do a close-up without messing this up. We have the Strength here representing Leo. Can't see. There we go. Representing Leo, the Sun, and Pluto. And then we have here, there you go. And then we have the Ten of Coins or Pentacles representing Venus, Virgo. And Venus, Virgo. And then here, I don't know, you can see that, but here we have also the glyph, the symbol for Virgo. So notice Virgo is twice in both cards. We have Venus, and then we have Pluto, the Sun, and Leo. So what we can make up of this, remembering what I said at the beginning. So what we have to remember is something very simple. Virgo is a sign that is oriented into details. It likes to dissect everything. It needs to understand details in order to get the big picture. So it needs to understand atomical parts in order to understand the whole molecule, and it needs to understand the molecule in order to understand the organism that is bearing the molecule. So it's like a jigsaw puzzle. And Venus is not only money and love, it's also about balance and harmony. And then here we have to remember that I mentioned lack of control, and Venus is about balance and harmony, control. And then we have Pluto, that is also about control, big sudden changes. Leo, that likes to be the center in the stage. We have to remember that Leo likes to be the center of the stage, but it's not because he's selfish or egocentric or anything like that. It's because Leo has found a very interesting way of doing something. He's being creative. He has found a way of how to get from point A to point B. And now he wants to show everyone how it's done. Okay? So what we're seeing here, Pluto, I have to talk about Pluto, mythological speaking, remember that he is the god of the underworld, and he's a perfectionist. He likes everything well done, everything by the book, but everything he does is because it's his job. Okay, his job is to do this and that. So whatever he does is because it's needed. It's not because he's evil. It's because it's needed. So what we're seeing here is changes that are coming, quick, sudden changes, Pluto, and we have to remember what I said about Oya. Quick, sudden changes that cannot be postponed. There are many things that need to be addressed, a lot of details that have to be addressed. And in this case, is related with money, finances, banking. So what we're going to start seeing is during the month of August, a lot of things, a lot of topics, news talking about finances, banking, economy. We cannot keep kicking the can. We cannot keep postponing anything. August is the month where all these problems have to be addressed. It's the time of the year that we must deal with it or not. Okay? And that's why we have then Venus trying to bring harmony, balance, trying to organize all this mess. And then Virgo is being also helping with all these little details. Okay? That's what we have here. Okay, we already have an idea of the tarot cards reading for according to the Orishas, astrological speaking, the tarot cards. And remember, this is tarot card reading. I'm not doing an astrological chart for anyone that is going to debate me regarding that. And here we have the rest of the tarot cards. This is a Celtic cross that I disposed, but I learned to read it a very different way. With time and experience, you learn to adapt to circumstances. But let's get into immediately the reading. What we have here is the first week of August, from August 1st to the 8th. And what we have here is about secrets. It's going to be a month that is all related with secrets. A lot of secrets. Nations, institutions, they're trying to hold secrets. They're not going to speak up. They're going to hold up the secrets. Why? Because if they tell the truth, the boat is going to sink. So it's better to tell lies or try to hide the truth that confront the real situation. And that's what it's all about. This is also a time of the year that you're going to start seeing a lot of trips back and forth of many important people around the world trying to solve the problem or trying to keep everything quiet. Okay, so you're probably going to start seeing the first 8 days of August a lot of people doing meetings, traveling. The president of different countries doing meetings, ambassadors and all these kinds of prime ministers, a lot of meetings, but everything is going to be secret. They want to keep everything secret. They don't want people to be aware of what is going on. Everything is about secret, not communicating properly what is really happening. It's going to be the characteristic of the first 8 days. Now from the August 8th to the 16th, what we have here is a Page of Cups. This Page of Cups represents Pisces. And it's very interesting to know that, astrologically speaking, Neptune is in Pisces. Having that in mind, so what we have here, we have to remember that the cup represents our mind, it represents our heart, our spirit, and it's something coming out of this empty vessel. It's not empty, but of this vessel that is us. Something is coming out, and we can see it. It's clear. But now it's upside down, and it's letting us know that there's confusion. So during during August 8 to 16, there's going to be a tendency of confusion. Why? Well, we have to remember that governments, institutions are going to try to keep everything quiet, secret, and there's going to be a lot of confusion because probably a lot of information that is creating conflicts. Propaganda, whatever you want to call it, whatever they are going to do is going to stir the waters, and it's going to create confusion. Okay, a lot of confusion, new information that comes out that might confuse people. The main topic for the second week is confusion. Just keep that clear. Then, by the third week, 16 to the 24th of August, what we have here is the Three of Staff, and the Three of Staff is informing us. Let me put it upright so you can get it. Here is when you do something, whatever it is, a project, when you take an action and you're just awaiting for results. Here you just did something and you're seeing results, you're getting news, messages. So this is about news, messages, information that is coming to us. So how we can say or interpret this, what's the interpretation? Well, we have to keep in mind that I've been talking about secrets, confusion, and now governments, institutions are going to start seeing the results of anything they have done. It could be related with the secrets, or it could be related with something in the past that they did. It could be any project that they did at the beginning of the year or past time. And the best example is, for example, you apply for a loan and you were awaiting for it. Then during this time, you're going to start seeing a response. You're going to start getting a message, a communication of the results, of the resolution. This is a kind of energy that is going to be manifested during the month of August, especially the third week. Got it? Okay. Now, we have here the Strength, the card of the Strength, a major arcana, and that's for August 24th to September 1st. And this is a kind of very interesting energy, because we have to think what it means individually, but then we have to say how it can apply to everything that we're seeing here, because everything has a common topic, a common denominator, a common thread, and we have to find it and figure out which one it is. And this is about control. It's all about control, domination, how we can control and dominate. We have the strength to control a situation, a problem, whatever it is. Now, because we're talking about economy, because this card here, they've been talking about economy and secrets and all this kind of stuff. So what we could say is that at the end of August to September, what we're going to start seeing is how companies, how governments are going to try to control the situation. How are they going to control? It could be that they could start saying lies, keeping secrets quiet. What they're going to do to control the situation, people, that is how we have to wait and see how it's going to manifest. But I can tell you that there's going to be control issues, and I can say that because Pluto is also here, control, and he's about control. And then we have the Strength here and the Strength here, Pluto there, and then we have the Strength again. So there's going to be a lot of control and manipulation during the month of August. Okay, now let's do now a very interesting analysis here with the cards. We have here the card in a vertical line, the Six of Swords, and then we have the Three of Staff in a vertical line. And then we're seeing here, we're talking about messages, news. We are seeing results. And then we're talking about keeping quiet, not expressing, not communicating, keeping quiet, holding on to something. So obviously the cards what are letting us know that we're going to start seeing the result of this, of keeping quiet, not saying the truth, keeping off quiet, swallowing the truth, holding up information. We're going to see the results. What are going to the results? everything, like I always say, is yin and yang. How is going to manifest? There are only two options. Number one, they are successful. Number two, they're not successful, and the information comes out. Then here on a vertical line we have Pisces, and then we have the strength. And I also mentioned strength is about control, controlling, manipulating, and confusion. So we could say during the month of August we're going to start seeing once again how governments, institutions are going to start controlling everything. They're trying to move things backstage to create confusion. That's going to be the main topic. But we're going to start seeing the result of all this manipulation. It might be obvious, it might not be obvious, but it's going to come out to the light. The thing is that when we put all this together, the vertical and the horizontal line, what is going to happen? And here what we have the Ten of Cups. We have a family that they are together celebrating. They're happy. Now, upside down, we see that everything gets negated. Therefore, what we're going to start seeing is that people around the world, they're not going to be very happy. It seems like some way, somehow, they're going to realize what is happening. They're going to see the light at the end of the tunnel. They're going to see the truth, the reality of what governments are doing. Then we have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups represents Scorpio. One of the planets of Scorpio is Pluto. And then we have Queen of Cups representing Scorpio. This card, for me, represents someone that is good at what it does with the hands. It also represents people that a situation where the person is very, very angry, jealous. It's a person that is very controlling and manipulative. So once again, notice the topic here. So what we see is how things get out of hand, but then we see how government institutions, whatever it is, they step in to create control, bring control, manipulate things. The problem is that this is going to bring a problem. Things are going to break up. We're going to see a lot of these people that are going to split, break. So don't be surprised if during the month of August politicians are going to come out asking for a breakup, separation of the union, if it is European Union. If it is in other parts of the world, we could see people that are splitting, separating the fabric of what society is in whatever place it is going to break up, is going to break apart. We're going to see a lot of tension. How it's going to manifest? It can manifest in so many ways. Remember this, yin and yang. We could say that it could be in a very active, aggressive way, or it could be in a very active, peaceful way. And I don't think that I need examples for that. Okay? So this is the kind of energy that is manifesting for the month of August 2013. Okay, now let's go with the trilogy, what I call the trilogy. This is part of the Celtic cross, but I did a twitch here. And what we have here is the Knight of Wands. We had the Strength and the King of Cups. Notice that the King of Cups is upside down. This represents Cancer. And notice how many water signs are coming here. We have Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, a lot of things related with water. And then here we have the King of Cups upside down. So what it's telling us know that the atmosphere is going to be a very unstable atmosphere. Things are going to start looking very shaky during the month of August. We're going to start seeing things, if there was a nation that looked very strong, if there was an economy that looked promising, now everything is going to start manifesting as unstable, shaky, doubtful. Here what we're talking about is new projects that are going to be started with the purpose of bringing control, trying to control and manipulate, trying to contain this instability that we're seeing that is going to manifest, fully manifested during the month of August. That's what we're going to start seeing. When we put together these two cards here, the Knight of Pentacles or coins with the Three of Staff, it adds a very interesting information to the rest of the reading. What we have here is the Knight of Cups. When it's like this, it's letting us know that the person, the situation, whoever it is, they're like just standing there, staring, looking at something in contemplation. They're just doing nothing. They're just looking at that big piece of coin that they have in their hand. They're just admiring. They're not doing anything. Why they have to do something? They're comfortable. Now things change. Things change, quick, sudden changes that I've been announcing. So they take place. Things cannot be postponed. So expect emergency meetings around the world. And because the life, the universe, whatever it is going to push nations, institutions, whatever it is, into action. They must act now. And they're going to start seeing, they're going to start getting news, messages that are going to force them to get together, to do emergency meetings and all this kind of stuff. They cannot postpone anything. They have to start getting together. Okay, now here, down here, we have the Sun. And then we have here the Six of Swords. And remember, I was talking about secrets, holding up into something, with not saying, not expressing, communicating anything at all. And then we have the Sun. And notice something that I noticed a long time ago. I always said that the Sun meant happiness. And I'm not saying that it's not happiness, but we have to also take a look at everything that is on the card, the elements. And we have the Sun giving energy, we have the Horse that is giving power, and we have the Kid representing the innocence. We have the sunflowers, and between the sunflowers and the Kid and the Horse, we have a wall. So what we have here is a bubble. We have created a bubble. We're happy because we have created a bubble. We have isolated. Our happiness is a true happiness. It's conditional, but it's happiness. We haven't. That's why there's a Kid, because this happiness is pure innocence. We don't know what the world is really all about. It's like Buddha, that the king tried to keep Buddha away by keeping him enclosed in the palace, and he built walls and everything, so he couldn't see what was a disease, what was being death, and all this stuff. He created a bubble where everything was wonderful. Okay, so this card is more or less letting us know that. And when we put it together with this one, then the meaning makes more sense, because whatever we're seeing here, it must make sense, because everything is connected. There is a common denominator here in this tarot card reading. We cannot make interpretation just based in one card. We have to see the big picture. And here, what the cards are saying is, we're keeping secrets, we're not expressing, we're not communicating something properly. But the purpose is to keep the status quo, to keep everything as it is, to keep the happiness, to keep the image, whatever you want to say it, but that's what it is. So that's why I'm saying that during the month of August, what we're going to see, things are going to get out of control. We're going to start getting news. There's going to be a lot of confusion, a lot of this and that. And from governments, politicians, and everything, there's going to be control. They're going to try to keep everything quiet, as a secret. Is it going to be successful? We don't know. I would say no. The information is going to spill over. We're going to find out what is really happening some way, somehow. But that's what the tarot cards are saying. That's the information that the tarot cards are giving us. Okay, now for the finishing touch, what we have here is Saint Margaret, Saint Blandina, Saint Sophia, the world, the Hangman, and the Devil. We need to know the story of each one of them, especially of Saint Margaret and Saint Blandina. Saint Margaret, the story says that she was swallowed by a dragon, and then eventually she came out of the dragon. Saint Blandina, she died for what she believed, for her convictions. Put this upside down. And then we have Saint Sophia, meaning wholeness, something that comes to an end. And then I usually use this as advice. And then in order to get here, in order to get out of that situation, that monster that has swallowed us, in order for us to get out of it, to break free of this monster, in order to stop being hanging from a thread, in order for us to break free from this situation, the tarot cards are saying that we really need to finish it. We have to close a chapter. The insinuation the tarot cards are saying is very simple. For the European Union, what they really need to do is let things follow the course, stop intervening. Technically speaking, that's what the tarot cards are saying. So I won't be surprised if there is a politician that arises that wants to break free from the European Union. When it's going to happen, I don't know. But this is what the tarot cards are saying. It must happen. We cannot keep kicking the can more. And during the month of August, it seems like it's highly probable that someone is going to emerge. And we have to remember that September 22nd is the general voting for Greece. What is going to happen? Who is going to emerge? Who is going to be winning during this time of the year? So expect, especially in Greece, start seeing very interesting thing happening. I won't be surprised if a politician stands up and says, with hell with the European Union, enough is enough. I won't be surprised if that happens. If it is in Greece or wherever it is, we're going. What the cards are saying is, the advice is giving us, if we want to finish up, we want to finish a chapter in history, we want to break free from the monster we have created, we really have to kill it. Technically speaking, that's what the tarot cards are saying. Okay? And this is the reading for the month of August 2013. I hope that you enjoy it and have a wonderful August 2013.